Hey, welcome to Girl Power. Okay, so this is my first segment in Girl Power, and Chanel West Coast is my first guest. It's a new segment that we're doing, and it's all about women empowerment.
Love it.
And showing each other love. You know what I mean? I think we don't do that enough. But Chanel West Coast is a really good friend of mine. I love her. You guys have seen her on Ridiculousness. She's been killing TV for such a long time. But what I really wanted to talk to you about with this segment and what we talked about off air was I wanted everybody to see a different side of you, because I get to see a different side of Chanel West Coast. That, you know, some people don't get to see, but you're always giving back to the community. You're always holding down women, and I don't think that you get enough credit for that.
Thank you. I don't think I do either.
Let's talk about that, girl, please.
Well, you know, it's like I've been on TV shows with all guys for years, and I think because of that, I'm in an environment where, you know, I'm not with other women, so you don't get to see me supporting other women. You don't get to see how I am with other women, that I'm a strong woman myself. Because it's like when you're the only girl amongst a group of guys, you're going to come off a little bit more cutesy and like you're a little bit weaker because you're the only girl, you know, with a bunch of guys. So I feel like a lot of people have not really seen me in the light that I am outside of the shows, which is I am a very strong woman and I do support women a lot, you know. I think that especially in the music industry, that girls, you know, don't support each other enough, and I think that is something we need to see more of, because the guys support each other a lot, you know?
Yes, they do. Is it hard, though, because you are the only girl sometimes around a bunch of guys? I mean, take us behind the scenes of how it is working on Ridiculousness.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the funnest show ever. It's like...
No, we watch it all the time. We love it.
It's fun. It's a fun show, obviously. I mean, I'm laughing my ass off 24/7. But it's hard because, like, I'm on a show with two guys. We have a lot of male guests as well. And we shoot 3 episodes in a day.
See, that I didn't know. I didn't know you guys shot 3 episodes a day.
It's very fast paced, like bam, bam, bam. We just knock it out. And so the guys, you know, it's very easy for them to change. They don't got hair. They got powder. That's their makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like in between episodes for me, it's like a NASCAR pit stop. I'm literally there with like people like taking off my jewelry, my shoes, like, you know, nipple pasties, like the whole thing, you know? And so it's like a lot goes into being a girl. And then like even I have to go run, take a bathroom break, come back, do all that within like 5 to 10 minutes. Like,
so you guys only get like 5 to 10 minutes to really switch it up before you're doing the next show.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll be like 15 minutes. Okay.
That's hard when you're a girl, you know, because
very hard.
we want to refresh our makeup. We want to powder. We want to change. It has to be a whole new look, and it has to be difficult for you because as a woman in this business, sometimes it's hard because people cannot wait to take us apart. You know what I mean?
Girl, trust me, I know. There was one time I went to Ridiculousness. I was in the studio all night till like 5 a.m, and I should not have been up all night because it made me look really tired. But, you know, I'm on my grind. I'm out here trying to have a music career as well outside of the show. And so I looked very tired. And that day, that ended up becoming the most viral meme of me ever, where people said I look like Minkus from Boy Meets World.
Aww.
And it was like the ugliest I think I've ever looked on Ridiculousness because I slept about 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe not even 2 hours. I think I had like an hour and a half. Okay. And then I went right to set. And so I realized that, you know, I have to look my absolute best at all times. I can't even, now I don't do the studio on the nights before I film because I'm like, I can't go looking tired or anything because who knows, it might end up being some viral meme where people are picking me apart, you know?
It's hard because you want to say, hey guys, I'm really hustling here. I'm really grinding, like, you know what I mean? Give me my props. I left the studio and I went to TV, like, you know, and they don't know the behind the scenes sometimes of what really goes on.
Yes, it's a lot harder for us girls, even on tour. That's another good example. We were running behind getting from one city to the next because it was blizzard weather conditions where we couldn't drive fast enough because of the icy roads.
Right.
So we're running behind and we're pulling up like late to the show already. And the guy says, come straight to the venue. She's got to just get on stage. And my girl was like, she needs to shower. She needs to, you know, like get ready. Do you guys have a shower at the venue? And he was like, no, okay, you're right. Okay, go ahead and stop at the hotel. And I was like, I'm not a dude. I'm like, I can't just roll on stage. Like, I've been in sweats in the car all night. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like I got to look fresh, smell fresh.
And
like,
you want to give your fans that fresh look anyways.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
By the time I'm done performing, I already am getting sweaty. Like, I don't want to be smelling while I'm taking pictures with people, you know? So I'm like, people don't understand. It's like, it's a lot more when, you know, it's a lot harder being a girl.
Now, you talked about how guys support, you know, other guys and they jump on each other's records. Is it really difficult to find that support in women, in the industry?
Yeah, it is. I have a couple really, close girlfriends who are musicians, artists, rappers, who I'm really cool with. But I've noticed, I feel like I reach out to a lot of people and they don't really respond back, and they're not, they don't seem like they're trying to, wait, can I curse on here?
Yeah, you can.
I
Yeah.
curse a lot, my bad.
Say whatever the fuck you want to say.
I feel like they're not trying to fuck with me. And it's like, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm a friendly person. I'm all about supporting other women. I would love to collaborate with you. I think that you could benefit from my fan base. I could benefit from yours. You know what I'm saying? We got different types of fan bases.
Together type, yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of these girls that I think I've reached out to or like shown that like I'm trying to fuck with them, that they're not very receptive and they don't, show me that same love back. So I think that it's actually, when girls are like that, I think it's holding us all back as a whole, because it's like guys are out here supporting each other, shouting out their homies when their album drops. Like, they're all collaborating with each other, doing collaborative albums and stuff. And you don't really see that as much with females in hip hop. Like, even just in general in music, period. I think you don't see a lot of females collaborating with other females.
Everything's so competitive in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that we should compete less and collaborate more.
Absolutely. Now, you said something that kind of just stood with me right now a little bit earlier when you were saying that you came from the studio and people didn't know that you were recording the studio the night before, and you went to go tape Ridiculousness, literally left the studio and went straight to the set. And they made this meme. And the reason why I want to talk about this meme that they made about you, and it went viral, is because there's so many girls right now that are watching this segment that are getting bullied online.
Yep.
And they don't know how to deal with it, And so somebody like you that's in the spotlight and that's in the public eye, you deal with so much bullshit. How do you deal with it and still stay sane and still stay the same sweet Chanel that we know without switching up? Because you never switch up. You're always like this dope, cool ass person.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's hard. It's honestly really hard. I'm not going to lie. I've had some breakdowns a couple times where I literally sat there and I started crying to myself because I'm like, yo, I can't take this anymore. Like, I'm like, I feel like it's so hard when you're seeing like all these different people, all these girls that look like, something out of like a drawing on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then people are picking you apart for like the smallest things. It's like it really hurts. It hurts. And then there's things that you might be insecure about that maybe you're not. People don't know, and then you'll get a comment where they're poking at you for that thing that really bothers you, and those things hurt. And it gets hard. I actually, some advice I could give to people is I blocked a bunch of words from people commenting them. So you can't comment a bunch of words. You want to call me whack? You want to say I suck? Nope, they're blocked, bitch. Don't even try it. So
wait a minute, you could block words?
You could block words. Try
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
I had no idea you could block words.
Yeah, there's a section. Once I figured it out, I was like, oh hell yeah. I was like, I'm gonna only have positive comments. So that's what I did, and I was like, now I don't have to see as much. People will still figure out a way after. And I've blocked a lot of words. People will still figure out ways to comment negative things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're not using like maybe curse words or whatever the hell. But I'm like, you know what? I try to focus on the positive, and by filtering out all that negative stuff, I'm able to see more of my positive comments and more of my fans.
Sometimes you it's necessary for you to block those negative comments out. One, for your mental, for your peace of mind. Two, because you don't want to keep that negative energy on your page.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's no reason to keep negative energy on your page.
Yes, you just don't want to see it. You know what I mean? And I think that, like, another thing for people when, they're getting bullied and stuff, you have to remember this, that a lot of people who bully and who say mean things they're really sad themselves. Mm-hmm. And you shouldn't look at it as they're hurting you. You should actually feel bad for them because they're hurting themselves.
Right.
Like, I know this for a fact because there was a time in my life where I worked a 9-to-5 job, and on my lunch break, I would be scrolling on like Perez Hilton or something. And one time he posted about some girl rapper. It really was not the best song, but I was bored on my lunch break, and I was miserable. I didn't want to work at that fucking 9-to-5 job. And I remember I just left a comment like talking shit. I was like, man, this bitch is whack as hell. You need to check out my music. And like, I didn't need to leave that comment. It was unnecessary. You know what I mean? But I was not in a place in my life where I was very happy, so that's why I left that comment. And so I've realized that that's why people leave these type of comments, because they're not that happy with their lives.
Right.
You know? And so I think that's something that people who get bullied, whatever, you need to look at, why are these people bullying me? Maybe I have something that they want, or maybe, you know,
or something that they envy.
Yes.
Sometimes what I like to say is that these people don't hate you, because people will say, oh, they're hating on me. They don't necessarily hate you because they don't know you.
Exactly.
To hate somebody, it has to be personal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They envy you. You know what I mean? They envy what you're doing, and they envy that the place that you're at in your life right now, because they're not at that place.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. Now, let's talk about, I know that we had talked about this charity that you gave back to.
Yes.
What's it called?
westcoastgear.org. Yeah, basically it supports the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream Foundation, and that is helping underprivileged kids basically, you know, get from kindergarten. They help them get all the way through to college, and give them, you know, the resources that they need that they might not have growing up in, you know, in areas where they might not have any money for backpacks, school supplies, things like that. And so it helps get kids who are, you know,
Trying
less fortunate,
right, that are trying to further their education to help them out.
Yes.
See, and I love that you give back and that you do, because I know something about you is that you don't brag and you don't boast. You just do things quietly. But these
Yeah.
are things that I want people to know about Chanel West Coast.
Thank you. I do think it's a little weird too when sometimes like I've seen a couple videos on Instagram or something where it'll be like some rapper or somebody like, and they're like giving a homeless guy some money or whatever, and I'm like, okay, like that's cool, like, you know, like funny cute videos like that. But then sometimes it gets a little weird when people are just like, I've seen moments where they're just like, yeah, like overly bragging about it, and I just feel like if you're really doing something out of love, you're not gonna brag about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's like you're gonna just do it out of love, you know?
And I even had a conversation with you where you attended something, an event about human trafficking,
Yes.
human sex trafficking,
Yes.
and you were like, I scraped up as much money as I
Yeah,
possibly could at that time.
I was broke at the time. This is actually a couple years ago. So this is a couple years ago. I'm doing way better now. Okay, but I was broke at the time because I had just got a new place. I put all my money into furniture. I had just put all my money into like a couple music videos. So I didn't really have a lot of money at the time, and I went, and it was just literally it touched me so much. I was crying at the event. You should saw my makeup. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I look horrible now, but it really touched me, because there is so much sex trafficking going on in the world. And, you know, there's all of us girls here in Hollywood, we're so wrapped up in our lives, you know, worrying about looking sexy on Instagram, while there's little girls literally being sex trafficked in the world. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take this like $5,000 that probably would have ended up being spent on glam for the next month, and I donated it. And so I just feel like that was something that
really touched you, and you felt at that moment. And you actually told me,
Yes.
Cece, I want to get more involved in organizations like that.
I do. It's hard for me to, like, I get real emotional at those type of things, but like anytime I can donate money to a cause like that, like
You're all for it.
Yes.
Now, can we move on into your music? Sharon Stone, because
Yes.
we were there behind the scenes.
Yes, you were. Thank you for coming to support.
Power 106 was the only one behind the scenes that was invited to the video, and you had Michael Rappaport. It's so awesome.
Yes, and Redman.
And Redman. They did good, too. Like, they improv'd, and it was amazing.
Yo, I was like, they're so funny together. They need to get their own, like, detective show together. or
No,
something.
that's what everybody was saying on set, because they literally, like, improv'd, and it sounded so good, and everybody's like, oh, my God, you guys need a show together.
Yes, no, they were so funny. They freestyled it. They both of them have, you know, supported me a lot. Like, they're just both really cool guys, you know, and they're OGs in the game too.
Yes, they are.
And that's what I love. Like, I love when, you know, there is a lot of OGs actually who have showed me support, but the young kids, I don't seem to catch on. I don't know. I don't know. These kids these days, I don't know what the hell they're listening to. But anyways, Michael Rappaport and Redman both have always showed me so much support. And so when I asked them to do this video, they were like, yo, I love it. I love the concept. Redman was like, Basic Instinct was one of my favorite movies.
Wow.
And so, and Michael Rappaport was like, I'm down. Let's get it. And it was just so much fun, and it was so surreal because, you know, they're two people that I look up to. Like, Redman I look up to musically and as an actor. I mean, he's in How High. That's like, as a stoner, that's like one of my favorite movies. I think I've watched it over 100 times, maybe 1,000. And Michael Rappaport's in a couple of my favorite movies ever. one of my favorite movies, True Romance. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it.
No, I haven't. It's with...
So good. It's a classic movie. You got to watch it.
Okay, I'm going to watch it.
You'll love it. It's a really good movie. It's like Christopher Walken, Patricia Arquette, a bunch of people are in it.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch it.
But anyways, yeah. So like they're, people I really look up to. And so it was really dope to have them in the video. And
they were so supportive. They're like, yo, we're here for Chanel.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, she got the support of Michael Rappaport and Redman. This is crazy right here.
Yes, no, it was really crazy.
And it was a long night too, because you were taping for a long ass time. We were there, girl.
Oh my God, girl. Well, that was actually the second day of the shoot. People don't know that this song and video was a year in the making. Literally a year in the making. We filmed the first day, July of last year. And it's a very long story what happened. Let's just say some events
took place.
Some things happened. I was maybe going to have Sharon Stone in the video.
Oh.
We ended up being cool. I actually met with Sharon Stone. She loved the song, supported it. A lot of things happened that she ended up not being able to be in it. But I love Sharon Stone, and obviously, I made a song with her name in it.
What did she say though when you were like, I'm making this song called Sharon Stoned?
Well, she loved it. I guess she had played it when she had first got it sent to her through her agents. She had played it for like some, her glam people or somebody who she was working with at the time, and they were like, this song is fucking dope. They were like, wait, somebody made a song about you? They were like, who's this girl rapping about you? And then she told them, and it's funny, I even ran into one of the glam guys at a party, and he goes, I was doing Sharon's nails whenever she heard the song for the first time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he said that they all like flipped out over it or whatever. So long story short, she ended up not being able to be in it. I was really sad about it, but
the fact that she's there, she supports you in spirit was amazing, right?
Yes.
Now, is there anything in closing that you want us to know about you that maybe the audience doesn't know about Chanel West Coast?
I think I think a lot of people don't really know just like that I really started from the bottom. I think a lot of people just see me like laughing and happy and like, by my looks, I'm like, like a cute little white girl, whatever. They maybe assume that I had a very like privileged lifestyle or something.
They don't know like the bullshit that you really had to go through to get where you're at.
People don't know. I mean, the day that Rob Dyrdek asked me to be on Fantasy Factory, I was literally sitting in front of scrounged up change that I was getting together to go to In-N-Out Burger.
Wait a minute. Can you tell us how you met him? Like, how did this happen?
So that's a long story. Let's make it short. Through MySpace, on my MySpace music page. My MySpace music page. I used to sit there adding people all day when I was like a teenager trying to get my music out there, and I was trying to get discovered by a record label. Somehow I got discovered by Rob Dyrdek, and so that's how I ended up on TV and everything. But I met first Drama, his cousin Drama, and I had become friends with Drama and a bunch of like his skater homies, and so I had kicked it with them first, and then ended up meeting Rob through them, and then I just kind of like became part of the crew basically.
And he was like, "Listen, I need you on the show."
Yeah, he needed a receptionist, and so he's like, we need a receptionist because they had so many guests come on the show. They needed kind of like that moment of like, okay, well, we can't just have somebody just magically appear in the fucking factory, so let's have like a receptionist or somebody who greets them, brings the guests in, and so they were like, you could rap to them and stuff. We'll have you be like the rapping receptionist. I was like, the rapping receptionist? That sounds catchy. Okay, I'll do it. So that's how it all happened pretty much.
Oh my God. Girl, you need to go into movies next. You know that, right?
That's what I want to do. That's why I really get into my music videos, and like I've been like getting more into like the directing and co-directing, and that's what I really want to do. Like I love acting, and I have so many ideas, like so many ideas. I when I write a song, I actually kind of think of it as the music video. I'm already like, as I'm writing the line, I'm already imagining like the scene to that line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because no, Sharon Stone was like a movie. You know what I mean? The music video, like from start to finish. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, she really puts that. It's just not you like in the club dancing. You know what I'm saying?
I've done it. I've done a couple of those.
Yeah, but no,
we got enough.
Exactly.
We done enough in the club dancing, talking about alcohol, money. Like I couldn't believe when I made Sharon Stone. I thought about it. I was like, how have I never made a stoner song when I'm a stoner?
Right.
I was like, I need a stoner anthem.
I don't even know how you came up with Sharon Stone.
Let me tell you. It was the simplest way. So I go to the studio one day. I actually was like kind of tired. I was filming Ridiculousness that day. Go to the studio after, and Casino was playing on the TV because you always have the TV on in the studio, whatever. And so Casino was playing. And I'm sitting there smoking a joint, like while like me and my producer were like thinking about what to do, and I'm smoking a joint. And he kind of made a joke. You met him, Rich Skills.
Yes.
And Rich is like really funny, and he was like, "Look at you, you're Sharon Stoned," and I was like, "Hold up!" It like hit me while I was high. I was like, "That's a hit right there, Sharon Stoned." I was like, put that beat on you were playing a little while ago, and I literally went in the booth and I just started freestyle. I was high, like kind of joking, and I was like, Sharon Stone, and I just like started freestyling it. And then this is another funny thing. I made a joke on the pre-hook. I said, I'm gonna try to get my Nate Dogg on. and so I sang the part. They're like, yeah, you know what, stay stoned, get stoned all day.
Yeah.
And I was joking around, kind of like trying to get my Nate Dogg on. And then Rich was like, that's actually kind of tight. Do it again. And so it really just like happened by accident type vibe, you know? And it's always my songs that I make like that I don't really put as much thought into, that end up being the ones that have the most streams. So I guess I got to think less hard. I don't know.
Sometimes you just got to be in that right element and it just pops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was with me, because before we did, before I did this segment, Girl Power, we even called it Girl Power, I was coming up with so many different names. You know what I mean? I was trying to do WCW, and then I was trying to do something like Women Empowerment, like we, the initials. Like I was just trying to figure it out. And then one day I'm at home, and I don't know what came over me, but it just came. It was like Girl Power, and I was like, this is just the most easiest thing.
Exactly.
Like it's all about just supporting women, and it's so simple. And sometimes you just got to keep it simple. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Sometimes you just got to keep it simple.
Exactly.
Girl Power. That's
Girl Power. I love it.
What it's about. Let's stick to it.
And let's continue to support each other. And for the young women that's watching right now, because they are hanging on to the words that you're saying, I just want you to really just talk to them, take this moment to talk to them, and let them know how important it is for women to support other women.
Yes, it is very important, girls. You might not realize it now, especially when you're young. As you get older, you'll realize that men are, there's a lot of men in the room. Sorry, guys, but men are they're very dominant. They like to be in control, and if we want to be stronger and we want to be in a little bit more control, we have to support each other and unite as a force, because we will not ever be equal to men if we don't support each other, and that's just a fact.
No, I believe it too. And I try to tell women all the time, I'm like, listen, if you see that strong woman and she's holding it down and you see her doing stuff on social media, take the time to applaud her, because you have no idea the bullshit that she has to deal with just to do what she's doing, just to complete her day. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the women that have come before me have created the path for me, and they've had to deal with bullshit so that I wouldn't have to deal with it. And we're dealing with bullshit and trying to figure it out the right way, so the younger women that come after us, they don't have to deal with the shit that we're dealing with.
Exactly.
Yeah, so please give them their roses now. Thank you so much, Chanel West Coast.
Thank you, Cece.
I love you so much. I support you.
I love you, girl.
And I'm so glad you came on the first episode of Girl Power, because I really wanted people to see a side of you that we get to see, all the time. And you're just so sweet. And you show love to every single woman that comes up to you. And you never say no to anybody that wants to take pictures. Like, I've noticed that, and I watch. And I'm like, damn, she's so cool about it.
Thank you. It's funny. I said no one time, and it was like the scariest incident. So I think that's why I don't say no anymore. The girl literally snapped like on some crazy shit. On some crazy shit. She said, you're lucky I even wanted a picture with you, or anybody even wants a picture with you. Starts like cussing at me like she's about to beat me up or something. I was like, okay, I'm going to take my tea and go. That's why I didn't take the picture, because I was sick. I was like, I had like a runny nose, looking crusty as hell. I was like, no, I'm not taking a picture right now. Like, what the hell?
Right.
And so after that incident, I kind of was like, okay, let me just thug it out. Even if I look bad, I'll just thug it out and take the picture.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank
I love
you, girl.
There it is, Girl Power, Power 106.